Okay, so here we have something right out of our book. I'm going to go ahead and do a problem right out of the book. Number 38, we have a negative fraction here, positive, so we're going to have to watch our signs. And a lot of students freak out just because there's a variable in here, but there's no need to freak out. You just deal with it accordingly. You follow the procedure I've taught you. You rewrite this first as negative 2b over 7. And then this fraction underneath it, so we make a compound fraction out of that. And if you recall, this is the moment I want you to deal with this sign. If there's not a sign in front of the 7/9, you assume it's positive. Negative and a positive make a negative, so let's rewrite it down here with these two signs joined out front. So 2b over 7 over 9, and the negative and a positive make a negative. Now we're going to move to the side using the reciprocal idea, 9 over 7. And for those of you who haven't caught on, you look at the denominator here and use its reciprocal, because its reciprocal is in all cases going to annihilate the denominator. So what have we got? 63 on the bottom. Oh, we got to deal with signs. I like to always try to remind myself to deal with signs. Here it is again. This fraction is a positive if there's no sign in front of it. Negative times a positive is negative. And let's just work from the top across. So that's 18b over 49 over 63 over 63. This is essentially a 1. We can ignore it, so we move across. That negative needs to go with what we're left with, so negative 18b over 49. We can't divide. There's no number that we can find that will go into 18 that will also go into 49, so we're done. And that would be our final answer. If I were to score this on a quiz, I'd give a point for transferring this question to your page correctly without altering it in any way. I'd give you a point for making it down to here, a point for this moment, having all this set up correctly, a point for showing this step, including this stuff down here, because I don't want you to just drop it, because I want you to see that time and time again you end up with many different versions. In this case it's 63 over 63, but no matter what we do, when we use the reciprocal, we create some form of 1 that can be ignored. And that's the beauty of this. It also demonstrates why we want to use the reciprocal and why it ends up being the reciprocal times the top. Rather than just teaching my students to do the reciprocal and be mindless about it, I want you to understand that it is this visual here that explains why we need to do that. So a point for this step here. And of course, if you were missing the sign, you wouldn't get that point. And I suppose you'd also miss out on a point there because you lost the sign. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points for showing all your steps. And if you were a wise guy and you just went directly from here to there, even if you got it right, you'd only get 2 points, because I'm trying to instill certain values in my students, showing your work step by step. It's a great habit that's going to pay off in the long run as these problems that we do get more and more complicated.